how I saved at least $400 and 20 hours of my life. Most people think that creating a system for something like meal planning system, for example, it's extra work and they don't have time for that. But the truth is, and I'm going to prove it to you today, that not having a system is what actually running your life and running you down and running your bank account too. This month, I tracked how much I spent on groceries and how much time it takes me to prepare the meal planning system. And by switching from that chaos mode where I am thinking about some meal that I want to prepare, and I realize that I don't have ingredients, so I have to run to the store, get that ingredient, or give up on that meal and just grab something else that I have in the pantry and not feel like I'm getting anything I want to eat ever. Switching from that mode to having the meal planning system that I created, it saved me in the last month, it saved me over 400 euros and 20 hours of my life. Here's how. Let's look at the math. Before, I would go to the grocery store. Most of the times, I would do it while being hungry. So, in that panic mode, I would buy a lot of stuff that I don't know what to do with. And oftentimes, I would just grab something that looks good or something that my eye fell on right now in the moment while I'm in the grocery store. And then I'd bring it home. And sometimes I don't have the ideas what to do with it. Sometimes my family would eat some of the elements. Sometimes I'll just get tired of cooking every night, and basically a lot of that grocery would go into the trash. And on average, turns out that families throw away about 30% of their groceries. That is like at least taking 60 to $100 or euros and throwing it in the trash. Is that what you want to do? But that's what's happening to a lot of families. Another reason, another number is the delivery. So delivery, for example, taking something out for a family of four. Let's not even take into account teenagers. Like my family, I have a teenager right now, teenager boy athlete. You can imagine how high the takeout bill could be. But anyway, let's take on average it's between 60 to $80 a takeout, and if you do it twice a week, it's about 500, 480 to be exact. Also, on takeout that you eat just a couple of times a week. With this system that I created, when you have the pantry audit and element prep and the Wednesday pivot, you can drop your grocery bill by at least 25%, because when in my case, I stopped buying doubles of what I already have in my pantry, and I stopped throwing away things that are in my fridge that are not going to get eaten by the time they expire, or that the elements that I know that are in my fridge and I need to cook them, I started using them more mindfully than I used to before. So those are the numbers that really make the system worth it, worth the extra work, extra effort that you're going to put in the beginning of while you're building it. And if you were purchased already a ready system like mine, that will already be even faster. Obviously, we can say that money is a renewable resource, but what is not renewable is time. And let me take you back the curtain of how the system works and how it saves you time. Like, for example, planning the control room that I showed you in my previous video. Again, I'm gonna try to include it here or there. I don't know yet where I'm gonna how it works and where it's gonna go. The point is, you can go to a meal planning system playlist, and you can find all the videos on this topic on my channel. So I already showed you a video about the control room that I have in my meal planning system that takes me 2 to 5 minutes to just pick the meals that I'm gonna prepare for the week, and have everything automatically populated. So anyway, back to timing. So planning with the control room, it took me less than 10 minutes versus at least 45 minutes of Pinterest scrolling and Instagram reels watching and looking for random recipes that I don't even know if my family would like or if I would like. So that saves me about 2 hours a month if if we being not quite realistic of 45 minutes, sometimes it takes us a lot more time than 45 minutes of scrolling Pinterest and Reels. Raise your hand if you think that I'm wrong. So another thing is shopping. When you have a reverse list of elements that you need to prepare, that you have on your grocery shopping list, you don't spend a lot of time. It cuts, for me, it cut the shopping time at least in half, because I know specifically what I need to get. I go specifically to the parts of the store that I know have the elements that I need, and that's what I get, and that saves me about 4 hours a month of doing that strategically rather than randomly getting something, just walking through the store and looking at what looks good. And the third thing is cooking and cleaning. Assembly takes you 10 to 15 minutes a night to prepare the meal from the fridge to the plate, versus at least 45 minutes of cooking plus 20 minutes of dishes every night. Well, dishes anyway, but because you don't have to cook, you don't have all those pots and pans and stuck on food and everything. So that saves you about 14 hours a month. Yeah, that's crazy. That pretty much blows my mind. When I was calculating it all, it kind of it kind of sounded unrealistic, but when you put it start tracking your time and realizing where your time goes, that pretty much that is worth it. It's mind blowing, but it's totally worth it. So that's about 20 hours a month, and that's like a part-time job, or it's like 10 movies, or 20 workouts, or 20 hours of sleep, or crocheting, or knitting, or reading. I mean, so many things you could be doing in that time, when you don't have to repeat the tasks again and again and again, when you can rely on the system that is there for you to just lean on and go step by step. The biggest return on this time and financial investment is not even on a spreadsheet of time or money. It is the decision fatigue, because the the system removes that willpower requirement where you have to make decisions every night, when you have to decide on what to do if you want to eat healthier, or you want to try different dishes, you want to try different recipes, rather than deciding every night when you're already tired, when you spend a whole day making decisions and you're spent all your energy. All you want to do is just make it simple and easy, and at the same time you don't want to, most likely you don't want to have the same dishes over and over again. The system is what holds your hand, and the system is what you can lean on, because it's been decided, it's been done ahead of time, and you can just take it and take a step towards your goals, towards your healthy eating, or more time for yourself, more time with your family, whatever it is. That is the most important return on your time and money investment when you start applying systems in your life. If you watched most of the videos in this meal prepping playlist, meal planning system playlist, then you've already seen the math, you've seen the numbers, you've seen the control room, how it all works together, you've seen the Sunday prep, how much time and effort it takes, which is not a lot, especially as the more you do, the more experienced you become, the faster and the easiest it becomes. And now you have a choice. You can continue running in your cycle that you're doing, and maybe you're happy in it. But if you're not, if you're watching these videos, you're probably looking for a better solution. And this solution could be this meal planning system. So you have a choice, and one of your choices is to grab the template that I prepared for you. It is in the description. It's a Notion digital based space. I don't know how to better explain it. And it also comes in the PDF. The whole system is explained on the PDF with the space for you to work. Basically, it has about the same system that the digital space, except that it doesn't have automation, obviously. That you're going to have to put on paper and do it yourself. And if paper is what you prefer, that is also another option. And it's all included together with the system. So you get the paper option, you get digital space, and in the digital space, you also get lessons explaining to you how it all goes step by step. So click the link in the description, subscribe for my channel, and I'll see you in the next video or in the meal planning system.